Hello YouTube. This is just another paranormal equipment review about the new REM-POD built by DAS Distribution. I will also be comparing the REM-POD to your basic other E-POD also built by DAS. Now, the first thing you might notice between the two is the obvious size difference. The E-POD is very handheld, very small, while the REM-POD is a considerable amount bigger, and it is a lot heavier than the E-POD. And another thing that's different is the way they work. The E-POD, what I've got here is the E-POD amp, so this E-POD works like any other E-POD. It reads static energy through this telescopic antenna right here, and it lights up accordingly. It dims three lights it's got on the top, or makes them brighter based on the static charge. While the REM-POD is more of an EM field motion detector, in a way that if anything is brought up near this little telescopic antenna while it is turned on, well, this antenna creates a EM field that, if disrupted, will light up lights. Right here, you've got 4 lights down here. You've got a red, a green, a blue, and a white. And it as well makes noise if it's disrupted. It works a lot like the REM meter that is also built by DAS. Now, as you'll see on the bottom, they both run the same power source, one 9-volt battery. But anyone who's used an E-POD before will be able to tell the difference. But for those of you who haven't, I will show you the difference. I'll turn this one on. You've got the 3 lights. You've got the red, the blue, and the green. And as you can see, I'm touching the antenna and it's not doing anything to the lights because my hand doesn't have any static charge on it, and it also isn't making any noise. So I'll now compare those results to the REM-POD. Lift up its telescopic antenna there, and I'll turn it on. You notice right away that it blinks and makes a little beeping noise to signify that it's turned on. Now, as you can see also, it's not making any noise right now, but if I put my hand towards it, you can see that it lit up and made noise as well. Now, it'll light up any combination of these 4 LEDs here based on where your hand is on the telescopic antenna. Now, if your hand is touching it, then it makes a different noise and all the 4 LEDs light up. So it makes a noise like that. So it's very easy to differentiate if something is near it or if something is actually touching the telescopic antenna. Now, as you can see, my hand is right here and it's not making that much, well, it's not making any noise, or it's not lighting up. So you have to be very close to it to make it do anything. As you can see, my hand was almost touching the antenna by the time it made any noise. So the device is pretty useful in the paranormal field because the EM field doesn't radiate throughout an entire room. It's just around this antenna here. So if it starts going off and nothing is near it, then that signifies possible paranormal activity. And you can also see that it does radiate a little bit from the bottom of the device. It radiates all around the antenna. And your noise chip is right here in the center. And once again, it is built by, shut that off, It is built by DAS Distribution. It is the REM-POD. It was seen first on the Ghost Adventures episode at Waverly Hills, and has since been sold as a paranormal prototype. My review on it is very interesting, and I would recommend it to any kind of serious paranormal investigator who's looking for something new to try out. This has been the REM-POD from DAS Distribution.